Joshua!
Bravo, todo un hombre.
One thing that I feel like I kind of like about women, but I also kind of hate, is that talking to women in the real world is like 10 times better when it comes to like getting like positive attention from them. But like talking to them online is like the complete opposite. I tried dating apps. That shit was so cancer, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was so goddamn bad. Like dating apps are just awful because I feel like the what's it called? The anonymity, the anonymity of like dating apps and the internet in general allows people to like talk and behave in a way that they wouldn't in real life. So when you go out and you actually talk to women in real life and you just talk to them in person, they're so much nicer. They're way more respectful. Like they're not as rude. And that generally ends up being that like the interactions you have with them end up being nicer in general. And you just don't have to deal with like a lot of like toxicity that you get like online. And that's a big reason why I moved from dating apps and like online stuff to like real life like in-person things. And yeah, I do still try and talk to women online, but when I talk to women online, I don't do it on dating apps because I feel like something about dating apps, I don't know what it is, but like they're so toxic for some reason. It's weird. But like you can sometimes talk to a girl like on social media, on like Instagram or like Twitter, and like it can still be pretty bad, but like it's not as bad as it is on dating apps. I don't know why dating apps are so like weird. But yeah, I try and stay away from dating apps. And I just try approaching and talking to women in real life because I feel like you just get more positive attention that way. In terms of like where to go to like talk to women and like where to go to approach women, I feel like that mindset alone is kind of like a damaging mindset to have because like mentally you're restricting your like interactions with women to like a place and a time. And I think that's really bad. I generally follow the rule that if I see a woman in public and I want to talk to her, I just talk to her. I don't really think about it in terms of like having to have a place or a time to go and talk to them. I think of it as like you can really talk to women anywhere, really. And it doesn't really matter where you are. Or usually it doesn't matter where you are. Most of the time it doesn't matter. And yeah, so I don't really have a whole ton of recommendations on where to find women, but I do recommend just going out and just, I don't know, just going out outside and going about your day and going about your life and just seeing like, you know, if there's anyone you want to talk to, just talk to them, you know. I definitely will say there are some places that are better than others, right? Where I feel like there are some places where the environment itself kind of leads itself towards social interaction in a way that it's less awkward and that you're more likely to get like positive attention and positive reactions from women as opposed to like, I don't know, like going to some place that's like kind of a shitty place to meet women at, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like it also depends on where you live though. I think that's a big factor. I feel like there's a big difference between someone who lives in like Boston versus someone who lives in like, I don't know, Arizona versus a person who lives in like, I don't know, China or something like that. I feel like it's about like kind of knowing your area and knowing like, I don't know, where places people go to like hang out and stuff. When I was a bit younger, I guess that's a little bit of a whatever, like a couple months to a year. But yeah, when I was a bit younger, I suppose, I would try and follow the advice of like going to bars because I heard that's like a good idea. And I think because of where I live, I don't live in like a main city. I live in kind of like a big town, kind of like a small city, but not like the capital of like a state type of city. When you go to like a bar or a restaurant, it's really just a lot of old people. And there's not a lot of people there who are like, young, like relatively like my age young. And it doesn't really, I don't know, something about the environment, it doesn't feel like it really like pushes people to really like talk to people or like really socialize. And even if it did, like I said, not a lot of people my age really go there. You know what I mean? So it really just depends on your area. I feel like for me, generally, I tend to go to like parks, like not like playgrounds, but like I'm near Boston. I go to the Boston Common, and like all types of people go to the Boston Common. So that's one place that I like to go. I also go to like places like Target, malls, Walmart, like shopping centers, stuff like that. I feel like are good to meet women because I don't know, when people go to like bars or like restaurants, I feel like they're more interested in just kind of eating food than they are in like trying to socialize with people. Which there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, it's a fucking restaurant. Like, what would you expect? But like, people don't really want to be bothered when they're trying to eat and stuff like that, which I think is, I mean, it makes sense. But I don't know. That's the one problem I'll say is like the big difference between online versus offline is that you can text someone like online on the internet and like they can either like respond to it right then and there or they can respond to it like a day later or 2 days later or whatever, and there's not really like an issue too much of like time, place, and context when it comes to online because like digitally it kind of doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? I guess the only thing that would technically matter in that situation is like, I guess whatever platform you're talking to them on. You know what I mean? Um, like I don't know. I wouldn't be trying to hit up fucking chicks on fucking I don't know Valorant or something. I don't even play Valorant, but I wouldn't be trying to hit up chicks on fucking Valorant of all things. Yo, let me slide into your DMs. Like what, bro? I'm trying to play a video game. But outside of that specific context, it's usually like you can kind of just do it wherever, whenever on the internet. But in the real world, there's a lot of like time, place, and like context of where you're at that changes like how often and how much and who you can interact with, which I'd say is definitely a point against talking to women online, talking to women in person, but I don't know. I still feel like talking to women in person is better only because of the fact that when you talk to women in person, like when you get that chance and that opportunity, even though it's more rare than it is online, generally speaking, the interaction itself tends to be way more positive. And I kind of prefer the quality over the quantity, right? Because I could have a conversation with a girl in the real world, face to face, and I could be like, oh, that was a really good conversation. It was a really good interaction. Or I could talk to like 10 women online on a dating app and on Twitter and on Instagram. But those 10 interactions would be like some of the worst interactions of my fucking life, and it would like ruin my mood. You know what I mean? So I think I'd rather go with the quality part of just talking to women face to face. And I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. Let me know if you guys want me to make more videos, if you guys mess with it or not. Yeah.